back in September of last year, like basically the first and second week of September, we decided that we were going to make it multiplayer, and then from September until the end of December, we took it to launch to what you see today. So, to be honest with like the multiplayer portion of it and all that, not really that long. The rest of it was just getting a whole bunch of Unreal 4 learning done. Like, I think we had a whole from June to September, that entire like 3 months was just us learning visual effects and materials in Unreal 4. Like, it was literally just like me screwing around with water and learning how the texture stuff worked and how all the materials hooked together and getting lighting proper. And before that was just, it was basically like 6 months of learning Unreal 4. And then from there, actually starting working on the frickin' game. So it'll be interesting to see how quickly we get stuff rolling this year, because we're not going back to the drawing board with a lot of stuff. It's like, no, we know how the lighting and shadows and how to build this level and how the movement works and the inputs there and UI's over here. And like, here's the game server. The game server runs, we have our deployment on Amazon and all that. But we actually did get better servers that are coming soon, probably in the next 4 or 5 weeks. We'll get a bunch of servers on Rackspace. We got some big beefy boxes that we'll be running. Just PM me a link and I'll take a look at it and then I'll post it. But I've got links automatically blown up in chat, so you'll have to PM me the link. So just, well, you should be able to just like click on my name and hit whisper or whatever. Yeah, I think you can also just do /W and then my name. The link still shows up on stream. Oh, that's pretty funny, actually. Yeah, it shows up on stream, but it doesn't show up in Twitch chat. Could go in Stream Elements. So artstation.com. Rise, what was that? 510. Yeah, we got Pickle Rick going on there. Misadventures of Melon. Yeah. Go green. He's even got like the flip up things on his glasses. Jesus Christ. Drugs were not involved in people who get laid in the Filthy Frank show. These things do not coincide with each other. Yeah, that was definitely one of the funnier episodes of Rick and Morty. It's like a fucking Hydra. You don't do drugs, don't worry. I was like, that looks like JonTron. I was gonna like, yeah. It's like, yeah, it's him, all right. Yeah, it looks pretty awesome. All right, unable to start. Well, of course it's unable to start. It's because you have to do special crap to get all that to work. So binaries 64 Dashkin server. Alright, so what we want to do is we want to set that command line, so it's going to be null RHI log. Alright, so we don't need we need the server key. We don't need the server map. Map name or any of that crap. We just do that, and then we need the server config, which is server config. Let's just server underscore config.json. Well, that died pretty damn fast. Let's see. Failed to load module PX Foundation profile. Yeah, I'll have to actually run the dedicated server. I gotta do a whole bunch of extra crap. So I don't really need to worry about it too much. Let's just double check the... Alright, cool. I need to check if the game ID is set properly. Well, the game ID isn't even... It's not even used. So... yeah, it's not an issue. Alright, so what I want to check is that if I log in here, that the dedicated server actually shows up in the database as hosting a game. And that the game name is proper. Because once that's done, I can just like submit this, kick off a build, and then I can start working on the, like, I think I'll make a batch file that helps out create the actual server config file. I'll just go through and ask you what you want the configs to be, and then I'll just write the file out for you. An unreleased trailer test for your game? Well, I could take a look at it. That'd be pretty cool. See what you got cooking. Let's see, I've got these sorts of things. I don't want to go through all the trouble of getting that dedicated server to run in dev mode. I'll have to cook everything all over again. Alright, so this game should be in the database now. Alright, so game ID, Dashkin, blah, name is my game name, created, host, port, maps correct, props are good. BSNet version, beacon port, everything looks solid. Alright, so good to go. So, do you want me to play this on stream, or you want me to just go watch this later myself? So that's good. Alright, we're done with this. Alright, so we're going to just go ahead and check everything in. Work in progress on dedicated servers. Added configuration, command lines, added server login to website. Added PDB stripping for dedicated server. I got it in the whisper, so don't worry about it. I was just wondering if you wanted me to watch that now, or if I should just watch that later off stream, so it's to keep it private. Because all the stuff that I do here, I upload over on YouTube and everything. So I wouldn't want to show anything that you don't want shown. Alright, so that's there. I'm going to go ahead and kick off the build. And it's going to be a clean build, so it's going to take frickin' forever. So that's going to be like 2 hours until that thing's finished. Watch it now if you want. Alright, cool. I'll do that. Let me just configure things.
All of the races are different.
So we'll throw this up here. Oh, nice. Just beat the hell out of things. Are those like little minion dudes helping out? Nice. Yeah, that's definitely ads are making you money. Yeah, that's right. All the ads. They're gonna be rolling in bank now. Yeah, that's one of the game that I was working on before I started working with Adam was totally just a side-scrolling beat 'em up game where you beat up a bunch of zombies and shit like that. And I didn't get too far with it, but one of those games are just that's what I like to like hack day projects and all that sort of stuff. I really like making beat 'em up games and stuff like that. So that looks like a really fun game to work on and also to play. I think my favorite thing about beat 'em ups is where you can like lift up other people and just chuck them around the room like they're nothing. All right, so I want to put together a batch file which will write out a config thing. I mean, I could either write a batch file or I could write something else. I think a setup.bat probably is the best plan. I mean, just because it makes sense, just something simple that like just checks that crap is where you think it is and does really nothing else. I call it like setup.bat. Your coding is bad, so you're not too good, but the trailer does a lot of justice. Well, that's pretty cool. Yeah, affording an engineer can be a bit of a problem because a lot of engineers get paid pretty well. Like I think usually it's easier as a developer to be an engineer and get art and audio help, stuff like that, than it is to do the opposite. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start making a new batch file. This is the super awesome setup helper script. Alright, so we don't need any variables, but we will, yeah, maybe I should. We're going to want set the server key location should be, do we have DPIO? Give me my mouse back. Actually, we'll see about the art stuff. We actually have a lot of content that we'll be going through that we may actually need art help, but it's going to be more in terms of I think technical art. Like Adam is really good at banging out animations and stuff like that, but it kind of breaks down when he's getting more into doing like material editing and Unreal 4 and all that. So. And also like rigging stuff up and kind of understanding how, oh, I need to put a socket on this guy's eye so we can spawn, eye lasers off of him on the right frames. And, that we need an animation event when his foot hits the ground so that we can play the sound of that footstep. Those things I think kind of struggle with. And as for engineering support, well, Sinachron in chat there is... he is a junior developer who is helping out on the project. So we'll be, we got a little bit of support there. We'll see. He's not full-time or anything, so you never know. We might need more, we might need less. You can only draw, yeah. Tech art is also real hard to find, so we'll see. It's kind of like finding a unicorn. All the tech art people I know are employed very well. Alright, so I want... yeah, that's the... I always forget the shortcut for that. Alright, so we're going to say the server key is going to be server key.json. I'm going to set the server executable is going to be, what is it called? Just going to be called Dashkin server.exe. And so it's going to be dpio and then just like server config.json. Alright. You chose the worst job? What? The being an artist? Like, oh no, I chose to be broke and poor and have all these ideas but not be able to implement them as well as I want. This is awful. I don't know. I think the worst... I think the worst job is like build engineer. Or like, or if you're always stuck like making tools for people who are tools. Yeah, I know. By trade, I'm not a gameplay engineer or anything else. I'm a server engineer. I work on back-end servers and stuff like that. You know, I would not make the game itself. I'd make the login system. I'd make the launcher patcher. I'd make the, you know, I'd make the loot box system for EA. That's what I would do. I'm the hated person that you don't know the name of. Let's see. Server config exists at... No server key. Go make one at localhost. Oh no, loot boxes. Do you do any game jams? I'd like to work on a small 2D project at some point. You know, that's one of the things that kind of sucks about being an indie dev and wanting to like stick to a timetable is you don't get to go participate in a lot of those. So I don't know. It really depends on how far in our schedule we get. And if we actually get like ahead of schedule or on schedule properly and things are rolling along, I might participate in some game jams. Usually, if I'm going to make a game for a game jam, I usually just make like a WebKit based game. So like just you just get a WebKit window and you write like the whole game in JavaScript or whatever the hell, and then like the C++ WebKit thing handles like X input and everything. And you just real quick, easy, and then you can go run it on any browser or native on your C++ client or on like Fire TV or anything that supports WebKit engine. All right. the server config doesn't exist. Server config doesn't exist yet. Needs to be made. All of your files are set up correctly. Alright, we also need to print an intro, which is our let's see, got another email here. Alright, we'll write that in. I need a better thing for this. I need a bracket sag. ASCII text generator. One, two, three, four, five, six. Alright, cool. I need to do this sort of thing. It's important to have ASCII art in any batch file. It's just, it's not good if it doesn't have it. Do we really need Bitey up in here? Probably not. Alright, print working. Alright, we need to do our main menu loop. Select your option. And this is just batch file programming garbage. Alright, check vars, print menu, user in, print working. And I'm just going to make this one simpler. I don't want to confuse people too badly with trash. Do you have any recommendations on where you can get commissions? Well, you're talking to probably the wrong person for that, since I'm an engineer and Adam's the freelance artist guy. But if you catch any of Adam's streams, I think he streams every weekend. He's been a freelance artist for like 20 or 30 years or something. So he's kind of the guy who would know everything about that. Other than that, my only knowledge of how to get contracts and everything is go to conventions, meet people, and be really upfront about that. Other than that, it's who you know. And that's about it a lot of the time. Alright, so we're going to have print status and opt exit. Whoops. Alright, opt exit is here. Once I get the main menu crap sorted out, I can actually get a lot of this working. Alright, there's our opt-in. Yeah, I think one of the big things that Adam does is, he gets kind of that stable long-term thing. Like he works full-time for Bob's Burgers, and then he would take on freelance projects on the side. And that way he had kind of a stable thing going while he had the flexibility to take on the other ones. Yeah, well, that's a good point. When Adam was at Disney, his big thing was water effects. So that's what he's known for, is really good water. Which is why he's real salty that we don't have a bunch of water in the game at the moment. Because he really wants it. And we'll get there. But it'll just be a little while. Alright, so I want print status. And then we'll get our success and fails. What are our variables? We got these three here. Alright, let's see if this thing works worth a damn. Server exists, no server key. It blew up. He was adding in water. Yeah, he's working on it. Alright, server key not found. Go make one. Alright, we're going to call... Is it call print fail and then go to we'll get this. Alright, server key not found. Go make one at WA. Excellent. Alright, I need to go to final end. These guys. Excellent. There we go. What's happening? Oh, I'm working on a setup batch file that'll help customers set up dedicated servers. Server key must be named serverkey.json. Alright, cool. Will there be an intro cinematic before the main menu like an old 90s game? I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure Adam's, big time animator man. I'm pretty sure we'll have something for an intro cinematic. And it'll probably wrap into yeah, Cybercron, you're gonna need an SSD. And it's gonna need to be big enough. I don't know, the drive I've got this thing on is like 500 gigs, and I've got a couple copies of stuff on here, but it pretty much fills it up. I mean, that's what Unreal does. Unreal has big, stupid, huge files, so that's just what you gotta live with. Like if you're doing AAA game development on like something for Xbox or something, like, and you've got like a 50 gigabyte game when it's like built and packed. Imagine how big that thing is before it's built and packed, right? That thing is massive. You basically have like a 2 terabyte SSD just for running the unpacked version of the game. It's stupid. Alright, server key must be called serverkey.json. So let's go fix that. So serverkey.json. Server key must be named serverkey.json. Server key not found. I check if file exists batch. It's server underscore key.json. Server key exists. Server exe exists. Server config exists. Alright. Server. Let's just rename this to something wrong. System can't find the batch. Alright. Game server doesn't exist. Alright. You're only 120 gigs? Yeah, you're screwed. Alright, Rise. Or, I think it's Rise 510 Newgrounds. Have a good one, and thanks for sticking around and showing us a super cool trailer to your new game, or upcoming game. And good luck with all the commissions and finding amazing work. So, enjoy the rest of your week, for it is just starting. It's just Reese? Alright. I was like, what the hell is NCIX? It's like, oh, Canada's premier online computer store. What, they're toast? Why'd they explode? Because their prices were just too good? Alright. Printing the variables. Opt-end is not found. So let's see, where is opt-end? Opt-end is... Alright, there's opt-end and opt-fail. Alright, we don't need the big stupid success banners, do we? Like, we can just get rid of that crap, to be honest. I'll just echo operation finished. Successful. And this other one will be operation failed. Alright, so we got that. So print status, operation finished successful. Printing your variables. Printing your status. Alright, so now we've got this thing. Half your PC is from there. You built it just a couple months ago. Their prices were fine because they started bleeding money from walk-in stores. Oh, what? So they got the big box stores, and they're just going out of business because of that. That's unfortunate. Though completely understandable. Alright, so we got the status, we got this. I just want this to run real stupid here to begin with, so we're going to want this setup. We're going to want another option here, which is going to be this option runs the game server. Attempting to run Dashkin or game server. The delay right now is pretty huge. Oh, for me watching stream or something? Or looking at chat? It's probably that I just didn't look over for 2 million years. Alright, attempting to run game server. Game server config is here. So we're just gonna want to, I guess, call start on this probably. So start. PIO Dashkin server.exe -server -null -hi -log platform environment we don't want to do anything with. We want server key equals the server key. And then server config is going to be server config. Is there anything else we need to add to this command line? I think that should do it. Alright, so that'll start it up. This will be option run server. So option 2, run server. Run server. 30-40 seconds to show up on the stream. Oh, geez, really? Well, I blame Adam for that. Because I can. I don't know. Run server. Alright, so the server runs and it's going to probably start up and it's going to connect to prod, and it's hosted on prod right now, so I should be able to go log into production, and I can't join it because it'll be the wrong version and all that fun stuff. But I should be able to show incompatible games. And somebody's actually playing in Virginia. What? It must not be running a map. Yeah, it's just in the LB server, and that's not going to heartbeat the map. So that's cool. Let's go join this guy. Who is this crazy Bard? I don't know this person. They scored it on themselves. We'll go easy on him. And he got 3 goals, 43 touches. Alright, this guy's just screwing around. Oh man, he's already going hard and fast on this thing, isn't he? Maybe I should just score an easy goal just to to let him know who's boss. Yeah, there we are. Alright, let's do like a crawling game. See if I can beat him by crawling. No, I can't go fast enough to crawl and win. Oh man. Just this is a cheeky hit. Just run after him, just punch him in the face. This is so mean. Man, he's got ping. I need more RAM. How much RAM do you have? I'm guessing not enough. Missed the ball and hits me. Yep, legit. Bam. Yeah, that's going in. Ah, shit. That's in. Yeah. I'll just mess with him. I'll get all these pop-up hits. Ah. Oh. Oh, ah. Yeah. Alright, maybe I should go a little bit easier on him. Yeah, he only got 16 gigs? What are you, like some broke college student? I think I got 32. Ah, shit. Hit it the wrong way. That's way too fast. Oh! Is he gonna get it? Yeah. Clear. I think this guy is... He might actually know how to play. What a concept. He's also got some bad ping, is what it looks like. Ah, fuck. Oh, that arc. Nope. Alright, there we are. That's in. Oh, he's done. We'll see if he can get it in. I'll just be dancing. Be a good sport. Awesome. So we got all that rolling along. I'm going to check prod to see if I do boot this thing up. If the server config says listed publicly, allow team swap, and what map to run, but it's not going to run it because of reasons. Okay, cool. So I want to see if the process is running. So if I run the server, I want to see if the game is actually running. What kind of commands can we run to figure that out? Alright, so supposedly we can just do like task list and figure it out. So what we'd want to do is inside of like our print status, we'd want to see if it's running. Alright, so it would be server exe. So something like that. Is there an else? Yeah, batch files are kind of freaking annoying, stupid things. So let's see if we can get this to do what we want. Program is not running. So let's see. Let's just do the task list. Invalid query. Okay. So it's a task list / fi image name equal Dashkin server. No tasks are running which match the specified criteria. Okay, so we got Dashkin server like that. What if we specified the whole thing? No, it's just Dashkin server, so we're just gonna make this pretty simple. The same model went up by $100. Shit. Yeah, that'll happen.